Verse in Proverbs that says, fools think they need no advice, but wise listen to other people. Who are the three wisest people you know in your life, and who are you going to rely on heavily in your administration?
Well, first of all, let me thank you for having me here, Rick.
You're welcome.
And I love the ministries that are taking place here at Saddleback. This is the second time I've been here, and first time we had a wonderful time. Excluding you, of course, as one of the...
and your wife.
I was going to say, there are so many people that are constantly helping to shape my views and my opinions. You mentioned one person I'd be listening to, and that's Michelle, my wife, who is not only wise, but she's honest. And one of the things you need, I think any leader needs, is somebody who can get up in your face and say, boy, you really screwed that one up. You really blew that.
Like that
she
too?
is. Yeah, so that's very helpful. Another person in that category is my grandmother. It was an extraordinary woman. She was never went to college. She worked on a bomber assembly line during World War II when my grandfather was away, came back, got a job as a secretary, and worked her way up to become a bank vice president before she retired. And she's just a very grounded, common sense, no fuss, no frills kind of person. And when I've got big decisions, I often check in with her. Now, in terms of the administration or how I would approach the presidency, I don't think I'd restrict myself to three people. There are people like Sam Nunn, a Democrat, or Dick Lugar, a Republican, who I'd listen to on foreign policy. On domestic policy, I've got friends ranging from Ted Kennedy to Tom Coburn, who don't necessarily agree on a lot of things, but who both, I think, have a sincere desire to see this country improve. What I've found is very helpful to me is to have a table where a lot of different points of view are represented, and where I can sit and poke and prod and ask them questions, so that I'm not, so that any blind spots I have or predispositions that I have, that my assumptions are challenged, and I think that's extraordinarily important.
Okay. All right. Thank you for coming. Now, my first question was the cone of silence comfortable that you were in just now?
I was trying to hear through the wall.
Okay, this first set of questions deals with leadership and the personal life of leadership. First question is, who are the three wisest people that you know that you would rely on heavily in an administration?
First one, I think, would be General David Petraeus, one of the great military leaders in American history, who took us from defeat to victory in Iraq. One of the great leaders, and I'm so proud to know him. 4th of July a year ago, Senator Lindsey Graham and I were in Baghdad. 688 brave young Americans whose enlistment had expired swore an oath of re-enlistment to stay and fight for freedom. Only someone like General David Petraeus could motivate someone like that. I think John Lewis. John Lewis was at the Edmund Pettus Bridge, had his skull fractured, continued to serve, continues to have the most optimistic outlook about America. He can teach us all a lot about the meaning of courage and commitment to causes greater than our self-interest. Meg Whitman. Meg Whitman, the CEO of eBay. Meg Whitman, 12 years ago, there were 5 employees. Today, there are 1.5 million people that make a living off eBay in America and the world. It's one of these great American success stories. And in these economic challenging times, we need to call on the wisdom and knowledge, background of people like Meg Whitman, who have been able to make such a great American success story part of the world's folklore.
Okay.